we're going to show you what we have in an upcoming auction. This man is selling out. I got him to ride around in his side-by-side. That way he can explain to you what it is. Let's get on with the video. And when we get on a piece, as you tell what it is, just like this tractor right here.
All right, I'm going to sell that bush hog. That bush hog is a 15-foot back wing, and that's a 120 horse Ford tractor.
9600, ain't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Sheet metal's off of it, but it runs, right?
I got the sheet metal, and
okay.
I got duals for it too.
Got the duals for it also, okay.
Turn around and
that's fine.
go down through here first. Compressor with a 12-cylinder Detroit engine.
A 600?
600 CFM.
Okay.
And that's a air compressor.
Yeah.
And there's a set of double drum winch drums with 3/4 cable on or 1
now
inch cable.
what did you do with that?
I had that on a barge on a big frame, and we pulled a 300-ton ship with it.
Okay. In other words, the ship was floating, and it would keep you attached to that ship, or?
Well, that ship wasn't floating; it was on ground.
All right.
And we had 15 miles of cable in the water, and we run some mule barges out there, and this set of winches was on a frame, and we pulled the ship 1,500 foot to float it.
Okay.
Now that box container there is for sale.
Okay.
That right there is an air pile driver.
Okay, air power driver, okay.
And then that big shield right there weighs about 10,000 pounds.
It looks like it does.
Yeah. You can't see a lot of this stuff.
No, you can't, but let's get the gist of
There's
it.
a big float, double drum float system right there that you would float a 20,000 pound boat. And there in the weeds is an A-frame. I'll show you the winch that goes to it. And then that next machine there is a logger's dream.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what that is.
Motor runs good. I've owned it for 40 years.
Owned it for 40 years, and it's probably of a 50-year-old machine. He's owned it 40, and y'all can see it on the channel where we got out here and started it and ran that thing. It does run good.
That's a 74 model.
74 model.
Now that's a 50-ton drop deck low boy front load. All right, there's a little loader barge right here, and that's got a Harbor Master motor on the back of it.
Now, what did you design this for? You put the high elb on it, didn't you?
Yeah, I built that barge and I sold it twice. I priced it to a guy for $10,000, and a new one like that's right around $100,000.
What would you do with that? The way you said it?
Push barges, and it'll push a 100-ton barge. 3 of these little boxes right here that's for sale. Now that winch right there is a 18-to-1 backed up to a 27-to-1 with a Detroit engine on that A-frame. Yeah. To pick up derelict boats.
You was in the marine salvage business.
That's right. These 4 pontoon barges right here, they all hook together, and we use them to do salvage work as well. Now that crane is a Grove 40-ton. It's got 120 foot of boom in it. 2 50-foot spuds right here on a barge. That barge is 11 foot wide, 37 feet long.
And when you set the barge down, them spuds will go down and anchor it? Is that what that was for?
That's right. Now the next barge there is a 10 by 40, what I call a cargo barge. an outboard motor on the back of it if you want to. Now, the one here on this roller trailer is 11 foot wide, 4 foot deep, and 45 foot long, and there's 3 of them that hooks together. And that trailer is a special made 50-ton trailer where you can load and unload your barges with your semi and a winch. And then there's a hog trailer, and then there's that 160 log loader with 2 grapples, and you got that right there is a hydraulic brush sweeper that goes on the front of the tractor. Now that aluminum dump there is for sale. It's got a good heavy duty trailer under it. That Ford truck, it's got a brand new transmission in it. It has the engine's not any good. That's a grain wagon right there. I've got a bunch of racks that holds up boats. I probably got $100,000 worth of dive equipment and that trailer that goes. Yeah, there's dive compressors, there's bottle stations where you pump your air in and then take it from there down to your dive bottles. That's a dump trailer right there. I was gonna get those logs sawed up. What you fix to see is some more spuds, some ramps, and sawhorses. And this is what I call my shackle station. It's got shields, shackles, chains, rigging, and then you got this trailer right here is a 48-foot flatbed. It's got rigging and mule barges on it.
Now, mule barge, what was that like?
You take 2 of them and put them out there in the water and reeve them together, and then you run your cable to whatever you're trying to pull, and that increases your pulling power. In other words, I had 13 parts of wire.
Right.
And I had 5 miles of cable in the water. This right here is a 32-foot gooseneck, and it's got a link belt double drum winch on it with a little diesel motor. I used it on the barges to pull ships with or boats. I'm going to turn around. Well, there's a bunch of steel you need to take a picture of. Those channels are 14-inch channels. They weigh 40 pounds a foot, and there's about 20 of them. The head of it weighs 100 pounds a foot. It's 12 by 12 H beam, and some of those beams are 32 foot long.
They weigh 100 pounds a foot.
That's exactly right. Wow. Now right up here, I've got plate from 1/4, half, 3/4, 1 inch, 1.5 inch plate for sale.
Yeah.
I give $7,000 for that big piece right yonder 7 or 8 years ago. Heavy duty, what they call HD polyethylene pipe, underground burial, and it is it's probably around 10,000 feet there. That's just a little small utility trailer with a 1-ton axle, some 250-gallon totes. Miscellaneous trailers, concrete sewer pipe. That's a 4-wheel drive Clark forklift, 6,000 pounds. It's been a good one. I've owned it about 40 years too. Miscellaneous steel and steel rack, and there's some 100-year-old fire bricks right there. All right, then you got some 3 and 4 inch stick well stem pipe, several hundred feet of 4-inch, 6-inch PVC pipe. There's a dog pen, tool room full of all kind of tools, pry bars, shovels, axes. There's a sod roller right there. There's a bunch of windows that are insulated. They cost about $200 a piece. There to your right is an underwater double knife hydro cutter. I used it to cut stumps with. I had it made in Harchie, Oklahoma. Right there's a bunch of rebars for more channel, a big 30-foot hydraulic cylinder. Right there's a little electric concrete mixer. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 oil drums. Right over here is a 4x8 water pump. It's got a John Deere diesel in it. This is a double drum winch that works the A-frame on a barge. You can deadlift 30 tons with it. That's a hydro mulcher, 500-gallon fuel tank. Numerous tools in that tool building there. There's a winch right yonder that weighs 42,000 pounds. There's 2 more winches there we call anchor winches.
How old's that boat motor right there? That old Evan Ridge?
Yeah.
How old is that thing?
It's old. There is a 3-phase drill press. It still runs. Just needs cleaning up. I've got hundreds of feet of rope, anywhere from 4-inch down to 3/4 nylon. I've got pumps, generators, air compressors. There's 2 Mercury motors right there that runs. This boat right here has got 2 Honda 250 engines on it. I just bought them. They got less than 200 hours on them. That's a Monarch 26-foot push boat. Here's a Cabelco 10-ton. It weighs 20,000 pounds. Runs good. There's some more steel out there. Now this little Detroit motor here runs. There's 2 air compressors. There's a 4-wheel drive long tractor, an excavator. That rig right there is a chipper. I was gonna put that diesel motor on it. Hadn't had time to do that. That boat's gonna go and this excavator is gonna go. It runs real good.
Use that boat for to push your barges with?
Yeah. Concrete breaker, made by Caterpillar. Those conveyor chains right there is about $5,000 worth of them. They're for the harvester up here. We got a 420B cat for sale. And then that's the 50-gallon sprayer. That right there is a 10-foot wide aquatic weed harvester with a Kubota diesel in it. That is a conveyor that goes with that machine to load out aquatics. Got a diesel engine in it, automatic transmission, 2-wheel drive, runs real good. It's made by Trailer World. The old floats, I'm gonna get rid of them. There's underground plastic 12-inch pipe in that log trailer. It's gonna go. There's 10 joints of 12-inch heavy duty pipe. And right there is the winch. Truck. There's the 2 directional light boards. There's 2 inches right there. There's a 1.5 yard bucket. There's another winch right there that goes on the back of a tractor, a bush hog, quick connect.
Yeah.
It come off of a 300 Komatsu excavator. There's a tag along axle right there, another bush hog. There's a clamshell bucket. Got right there is a 5-row bottom plow, some 500-gallon tanks, old-timey bathtub, 250-gallon tank on a trailer. Then you got another air compressor. It's got a diesel engine in it. There's a water pump with a John Deere. There's another bush hog with another log grapple on it. That right there is an air winch right there. You hook an air compressor to it. It's got about 500 foot of 5/8 cable on it right now. That's a mulch blower. This right here is a little fertilizer spreader. And here's 2 or 3 trailers for sale. And then there's another winch that goes behind the semi. There's another trailer, tag-along trailer with a little aluminum barge and an aluminum fuel tank. One a little 14-foot, 4-foot wide river boat with a Honda 4-stroke engine. Other one is a 5-foot push boat with 25 horse Johnson on it. Another little boat, it's a Coast Guard boat. It's got aluminum with foam floats on it. It's a little dirt pan, a 4-yard dirt pan. This next thing is a fertilizer spreader. You can put out sand, lime, fertilize with it. That John Deere bush hog here has been used very little bit. You got another 500-gallon tank, fuel tank. That's a 1,000-gallon fuel tank. There's probably 50 pieces of aluminum matting right there with a lift, forklift that goes on the back. That's a 500-gallon propane tank. That grapple right there fits on the excavator or any kind of machine you want to put it on. I made a lot of money with that. Call it trash grapple. Got that box blade and the bush hog.